Gurjus Singh. Today is June 1st, 2014. I was 18 years old. I was a gas station attendant. I was here in America, small city called Livingston. It was through TV news a few days later ago, not right away. All I heard was that Amritsar was attacked by the Indian Army. There wasn't that much news coming out of India at that time. I didn't hear much because I was so young when I came from India, and I was really into the Indian culture at that time. I had adopted the Western culture by then. So what really hit me was one day I was working at the gas station and reading either a Time magazine or a Newsweek magazine, and it showed the picture of Sant Gurjus Singh laying on a foundation, Shaheed. And one Caucasian guy came over, and when he saw what I was reading, he said that, he made a comment to me, he said that you should be ashamed of yourself. And I said, why? And he said, it took Indian Army 5 days to enter Golden Temple. How great an army do you have? And you're the third largest democracy on the world. I didn't know at that time to feel ashamed or feel proud of it, but it did change me at that time. I didn't have case, didn't have beer, nothing. It was hurtful. It was very hurtful. Didn't know how to react when I was reading Sant Gurjus Singh's story. Immediately I almost cried. They were saying that the Indian Prime Minister has been assassinated by her own bodyguards, and they were showing that they were Sikh bodyguards. So basically they were just trying to portray that her own bodyguard, who happens to be Sikhs, they killed her. They were not a good people. There wasn't that much on TV here in America. We heard more about through the newspapers afterwards, after it all took place. Then we found out how many Sikhs lost their lives in November 1984 after the assassination. Again, it was hurtful. In America here, people are held to justice. Only those who commit crimes, not their family members or anybody else. We started a sex student federation at Fresno State University back in 1991, and that's when I started practicing my religion. And our whole purpose was to educate the American public what had took place back in 1984, and who are the Sikhs. As I started practicing Sikhism more and more, I started getting more involved in finding out what took place. Like I said, back in 1984, I wasn't into Sikhism, and I was so removed from India, it really didn't matter. But now, since I started practicing, it has changed me a lot. What you're seeing right now, that's the change. In my own opinion, I believe that it happened because the Indian government wanted to suppress the Sikhs, wanted to teach us a lesson on one of the most important days of Sikhism, on Guru Arjan Dev Ji's martyrdom. And they knew that people were going to be gathered there in large groups, and they wanted to kill as many as they can in one shot. Practice your religion and help the cause of Panth. Be true Sikhism. Always do the best that you can only for one reason, and that's for the cause of Panth. And give up your selfishness.